the number one question to me is, what happens to Amazon? We've heard a lot of news this week about maybe it's going to be in Crystal City, maybe it's going to be in multiple locations, but if that is indeed just folderol, what will it mean for Montgomery County?
2 days after the primary, the New York Post front page, not that that's a great journalistic thing, but on the front page of the New York Post was, because of the Democratic primary victor in Montgomery County, Maryland, Amazon has taken Montgomery County off the table. And so as a result, Robin Ficker took his family vacation to Seattle to visit his son. He met with Amazon. And so this week we heard Crystal City and a place in New York. I think that if the results had been slightly different, since Jeff Bezos is so close, I think if Councilwoman Florina had won, I think there might have been a second conversation. But there is real concern with a lot of people in the business community with Mr. Elrich's stance on business and his desire to do a lot of economic development.
And I think that was shown with the vote total for Larry Hogan in Montgomery County. I mean, we're talking, almost 45% if you're rounding up on the last numbers I saw. But that's a split mandate if I've ever seen one. I mean, Hogan campaigned on Maryland's open for business, yet despite, $8 billion in subsidies, where's Amazon? I mean, I think this is an emerging story for the governor. I mean, granted, he had a great night. But this is a development, obviously, for the governor and Montgomery County here as well.
And he had a 7.8% increase in his vote count from last time.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's what I think. I think that Bezos is a very shrewd guy. And I think that Crystal City was on the short list all along. And I think that as people were watching polls and could see that Governor Hogan was going to win again, I think that opening was to take another look at maybe another place in Maryland. Now, whether that be Montgomery County or not, I don't know where else they were looking, but I can pretty much, and the rumors coming out of Virginia have been for the last 10 days, 2 weeks, because I've been hearing them myself, that Crystal City is indeed on the map.
And properties have been taken off the rental list, in anticipation.
So from my point of view, Marc Elrich has little to do with this. I think they already knew where they wanted to be prior to the election, although they were watching it very closely.
Right. But if Amazon doesn't come to Montgomery County, how many people are going to blame Marc Elrich?
There might be some.
Right, and I think it's shared blame again, because I mean, we have Larry Hogan here, we're open for business, a loss with Amazon. We have obviously the county executive here who's caused some concerns from the business community and kind of that pro-development, anti-development, black and white, even though it's obviously more complicated.
It's more complicated, and we really didn't have the infrastructure for it, so I think Bezos was also looking at a place that already had real deep infrastructure. He's still going to have to spend a lot of money.
Right. I mean, Lord and Taylor, God bless him, weren't enough in White Flint.